here at the IEC. Now the second person for the day has just also arrived, Momodou Bah. Actually, we have two Momodou Bahs. Momodou Bah, one will come face to face with IEC officials today. He has just arrived. That is him behind me there with his flag there, orange colored flag, the 37-year-old. Actually, he's a very young man. He's only 37. So he too is here to file his nomination. There you can see some press people with him there. That is Momodou Bah 1. So Mr. Bah, we understand, is a teacher. He's a English language teacher. He teaches English language. He's a teacher. We understand he was born in 1984 in Sinju Balia, West Coast region. He attended Sinju Balia Primary School, later St. Peter's Junior, and graduated from Nusrat Senior Secondary School in 2006. He also studied at Sheikh Anta Diop University, and he obtained a master's degree in African studies. Mr. Ba is like I said earlier, is a teacher. He's the Afro movement leader, that is the African federalism and Republican orientation. So he's also going independent for this election. So he's still there. I think for him, he has started speaking to reporters already. So he will be entering the IC compound there to file his nomination. He will come face to face with the officials of the IEC, led by their chairman, Aliou Momar Njai, the 87-year-old IEC boss. So that's the situation here. Earlier on, we had Ibrahima Tabora Mane, who is also going independent. Mr. Mane is the leader of the People's Alliance Party. He had wanted to register his party. He ran into trouble in doing that, and now he has fallen back to his second option, which is to go independent. I mean, so far, I mean, he is the person who came with a very big crowd. I mean, the crowd that accompanied him to the IEC is really massive. So he came, he filed his nomination. He said he came with all the documents that are required of him. He submitted everything to the IEC, and now he will go back and then see whether he gets cleared once the public scrutiny and all of that is done. So yesterday, 3 or 4 candidates came. One of them dropped out. He only came to present a letter to the IEC informing them of his decision to withdraw. That is Mr. Matthew Gomez. You also had Marisok yesterday. You also had the others. Alhaji Mama de Kurang was here, and then Joseph Juf. These are the people who filed their nominations yesterday. So today, the day started with Mr. Ibrahima Tabora Mane, and now we have Momodou Bah, the teacher. So he will meet the IEC officials. We'll try to speak to him too once he's done with the nomination process and all of that. We will speak with him to him. So you can see there he's heading to the tent where he will meet the IEC officials. So in case you are just joining us, we're broadcasting live from the IEC. It's nomination in the Gambia. The election will be in December 4th. That's the presidential election. So candidates who have expressed interest in this job, the job of president, have been filing their nomination. This began yesterday. It will go through to Friday next week. That is when the nomination would be over. There will be a public scrutiny involving the screening and going through of all the documents that are required. I mean, you must be a Gambian citizen, meaning you will have to submit your ID card that need to be vetted to see whether you are a Gambian or not. You also have to fulfill other conditions. One of them must be you have to bring a deposit. You have to deposit $10,000. You have to also collect signatures of 5,000 across all parts, at least 200 signatures from each of the regions of the country. So these are some of the, you also must be a high school graduate, meaning you'll have to also show your grade 12 certificate, your tax clearance, your income tax clearance. You have to bring that too. you also have to bring other things, assets, sworn assets declaration. That's also one of the conditions. So you need to do all of that, and the public is all at liberty to also go through your nomination and see whether you are qualified or not. So once you are cleared, then you will be able to contest this election. It's going to be a very interesting election this year. For the very first time, you have a massive over 2 dozen Gambians interested in this job. I know the number is going down. Yesterday you have one, it was 26, and then you have one who came and said he doesn't want to stand anymore. So he pulled out. Now you have 25. But we have also seen the last minute a scramble for coalition. I think you've cut me, so that's fine. We will let them cross over to the IEC officials and Mr. Badea. Some of these people, they just want to enjoy the ambiance. The basic people stand. They just want to enjoy the
But whilst they're doing that, we still have Mr. Sao here with us before the IEC chairman says any remarks. Mr. Sao, pour nga jekkali li nga doon wax rek naka ngeen gisee seen aspirant bi.
Sorry. Teka sekarang. Dia semua ID card dan semua paspor. Do you mean the manifesto? My campaign program is a book. Give me the one. Bunda. Yes. Yeah, my okay. Yeah, it's not that. Yeah, you can do it later. Do you need that? The book? Do you need it? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I know. This is my campaign. This is my political project, but the campaign program we'll talk about that later. Yes, we are not yet done with that. The itinerary. Yeah, we are not done with that yet. Yeah.
Not this one, the one that you have to sign, accept. The proof of campaign tickets. It was part of your package.
Okay, let's see the package. Give me another one. No. Trezor. Trezor. Give it to the Trezor. Yeah, we understand that we can do that later. Yes. Vitamin C, that's orange, please. In printed form, paper form, paper. That's our color. Yes, we'll do it here. Would you mind repeating that, please?
Your full name. What is it?
Momodou Ba. Momodou. Ba. B-A-H. Yes, sir.
suñu génn.
Registered voter, apply political party. Okay. And would you mind if I add black to orange? I mean orange and black.
I understand. The choice is all yours. Okay. Do that and do.
Consider. Of course, it's still subject to public scrutiny. I'm still don't know salary.
Okay.
The funding documents you can liaise with
Yes,
us.
I'm taking permission. I'm not doing it by force. I'm asking whether I could say a few words. Because what I said, it has something to concern you. Thank you very much.
I'm still here with Mr. Sao. Say that.
Mr. Momodou, can you first tell us whether you've gotten all the documents required by the
لساني يفقه قولي سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. I thank God very well history that I've appealed to the Gambian people for our best hopes that have been asked for. So they asked for 5,000, we've given them more. So it depends on.
In these years, contestants regarding the presidency is vying for the seat. What do you have to offer to God?
So my campaign is Prof. Momo for president and Prof. Momo fourth president. So that tells a lot. I've done a lot. Everybody can consult that because it is at the Gambia Library. At present, who is actually Momodou Ba?
Okay, we understand. You just mentioned a book you've written, given the fact that you are trained or you got your education from Seattle University and stuff like that. What?
Yeah, a young person, as the youngest candidate for this election, you know, in everywhere in this world, when the elders are done with their job, it is the young people who should come and take over. This was the case in the United States. President Holland finished. President Macron came and took over. And all those people are younger people. So I believe I am the typical example of what the Gambian school has been looking for. Public school where I was trained how to be a practicing Muslim.
Mr. Ba.
I'm coming. Our slogan was, "The truth shall make you free." I went to Nusrat. They told me that we are the future leaders of tomorrow. And all that it...
What you call it. And then here you told us that you have provided intact in terms of documentation. Can you give us clarity on this?
Yes, previously I came up with an orange is vitamin C. I came up with vitamin on C, so they're black color.
So you are
No, that's just...
If you are able to get 5,000 voters to sign your...
I think we are moving back.
Wonderful question. Wonderful thing is the nomination of papers, documents. I've already submitted my documents. Oh, that is cultural festivity. We do normally in our tradition in the Gambia, we do cultural festivity when people are happy, when people have money, and people are sick and tired. on the national television.
Sorry to interrupt you one more time, but we taking you back to your agenda. And
Thank you. I'm not a first 100-day president. I am a futurist. I believe in the future. My agenda is place my foundation, go, others come, and complete the rest. So now, what we can do for now, I don't want to give out figures, but we will take some huge amount of money to put it in the business sector. Poverty in this country and the prices of commodities like rice for that business in order to stabilize the prices. Because like in the United States of America, after the 27 industries subsidize basic things that the country needs in order to survive. Our people need to survive this. Maybe you could put that. We could put that issue there, but we came up.
To him exclusively to really of presidential candidates there for the election. So I'll try to see if one of my reporters can, and then we will see what he has to say. We will see what he has to say. So can you get Mr. Ba just cross? So he's still speaking to reporters there. They kicked off with Ibrahim Tabora Mane, second to come to meet officials of the IEC, Momodou Ba 2. So he is Momodou Ba 1, a teacher by profession. Him now, we may not be able to get him right now. So that is how it is looking like here. The nomination of the candidates. The nomination of the candidates for president here at the IEC, presided making their moves, but also people who have opted to go independent. They too have been making their moves. So yesterday it was all independent. All of the candidates that before the closure of nomination on Friday next week. So they have that whole time to make sure that they sort out whatever requirement that is needed. Marisok, the only female candidate in this election. You also have Alhaji Mamade Kurang, the economist, really the smart Alhaji Kurang was also here. He's also standing independent. But also you had the last letter to give to the IEC officials to say that he is withdrawing from the race. So initially the number was taking place here and there. Just yesterday a deal was signed between UDP and Gambia for All, which could see Bibi Dabo not really coming to the IEC to get nominated. So GMC of my party, CA of Dr. Ismaila Sise, and All People's Party. We also understand that are talks or rumors, if you like, reports that a few parties that are in the race that are on the, that should also happen. That might really bring the number down from 26 to some other number that we are yet to confirm to you. So the independent Momodou Ba, that if that is something that we can do, and then because he's someone that is also not known, not much is known about him. So it will be great to have him on. So we will see how it all goes. I guess he's been interviewed by Mr. Ba, Mr. Momodou Ba is Banky. Is Banky running? So he is up next at 12 o'clock. So at 12, Banky will also be up. So after Banky, there will be another candidate. So Lamin Bojang also will be here to file his nomination, and that will. So it's coming broadcasting live from the IEC. The nomination 5 weeks from now, December 4th. So the issue of nomination started yesterday, where all the candidates are required by law to come to the IEC to file requirements and then bring in the proof of those requirements. So these proofs is by way of documents. There are various conditions that one must fulfill in order to be able that you've indeed fulfilled those requirements. The very first, very critical and important condition is that you must be a citizen. So being citizen is something that makes one qualify to run for president. So how do you go about proving that if this is correct or not? So that is one of the conditions. If you fulfill that, there are several other conditions. Among them, your assets. You need to declare your assets. I have seen some of the candidates yesterday bring the money in cash. So you have to bring that, and then you will be issued a receipt. So that is also, but also you have to collect. So you need to collect 5,000 of that, 200 from each of the country's regions. So you need to do that too. That's also one of the requirements. So you will need to also bring that proof to the IEC. But his color is very similar to the color of National Unity Party. It's the same color. National Unity Party is also orange. So I don't know how that is, but I'll ask him that to say one or two things regarding his nomination today. So this is going to. So I think there are reporters still interviewing him there. The press pool here is masked, and so far so good in terms of the atmosphere. Things are not going on well. Things are really going well here. The security are here. Also seen their supporters really the way and manner in which there's been a lot of discipline, and there are a lot more to go, a lot more candidates to go. So we're still trying to. Again, Mr. Ba, looks like he has been he has been ambushed by Arizona Stumble. So you will bear with us. Very soon we should be able to get him. Ibrahim Taboramane, so far the biggest crowd goes to him in terms of the cost was huge, was massive. But for him, we've seen him only a few people. He is still with the reporters, I guess. Just right behind the vehicles there. You see the nomination of the candidates for president. He's still here. He's yet to leave. The next candidate to come would be Banky. Banky at the economic side of it, large-scale marijuana farming, and then for medicinal purpose, actually, to sell for medicinal. Some of the requirements, you have a massive 11 requirements. These are all requirements that you need to fulfill. Let me read that to you once again. Number one is saying that a candidate shall be a citizen of the Gambia. You have to be 30 years old and above. That is what also, and then that is, you can prove that a candidate has been ordinarily resident in the Gambia for 45 years. Shall be nominated by not less than 5,000 voters whose names appeared in the register of voters, with at least 200 voters being the list of list of voters that are with the IEC. So sworn declaration amended. Yes, you need to fulfill that too. Another one is representative symbol. So I think he is coming now. I think Mr. Ba is coming now. I get to talking to you, Mr. Ba. Thank you for
Thank-
speaking exclusively to the Fado Network.
Thank
You
you.
are the second person to come to the IEC, almost all of the candidates that are interested in this job. My first question, why do you want to be president of the Gambia?
Yeah. Thank you to Fatu Network also. You are doing a great job. We are grateful of that. They are in civilian color. So that's human being. There are people who would be known and there are other people who will be known later. But I mean people, my achievement, what I've accomplished for this country. In 2016, I was the only civil society before the campaign, because when he was just nominated as the flag bearer, we came and worked with him. We talked country, not anyone else. I'm the one who is capable of putting all the political classes on on a table of negotiation. Go and search for my history. Follow my Facebook page. You'll know what I've been doing, existing well before that. And if it goes back to 2011, when I entered at the football field at level, I entered I invaded the pitch at the 43rd minute in order to talk to them, to tell them that they should open the border. What we call 433 attack, and it is a book. My program is a book. Others, they are just bringing just few agendas, 2, 3, 4, 5, less than that, and we are bringing a book. So they should listen to us. We brought them something, and then they should listen to that. So I really thank my body.
Thank you very much. We've run out of time there. I think we'll have the next candidate shortly, so we'll not be able to continue this conversation. This is why they're trying to escort him out. That way we can have the next candidate to also